It's really special for the Wolves to be 130 years. It's a sad sight when you go past grounds, what used to be football grounds, and they're all derelict or houses. I have thanked the club for not moving. You know, I mean, it's just a world famous ground.
Molineux is the closest of any football ground to its town centre, and it is, for the last century and 30 years, it has been pivotal to the people of Wolverhampton.
My first memory of Molineux was the first time I came with my dad. It was a Liverpool game, we were losing 1-0. Kenny Miller equalised in the 92nd minute. My dad picked me up and spun me round, and then the random man next to me did exactly the same thing, and the atmosphere was just electric. It was so exciting.
Lots of games I'll probably always remember, but the one where we were 3-0 down against Leicester at half-time, a few of us were thinking about leaving, some of us did at half-time, and we came back within 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we were 4-3. It was just amazing.
Over there in the old Molineux Street stand, Dougie Woodfield put Mike Summerby in row 5 of the stand, and he only got booked. And that's when football was football.
Coming to the North Bank in the old cowshed, the old kids' corner, stopping in the corner and, you know, watching the game from there, trying to look over the barrier when all the ground was full.
It was against Sheffield United. The score in the end was 2-2, but that didn't matter to me. For me, it was when I walked out off the concourse into the actual seats and here in the South Bank. And even speaking about it now, it sends a prickle up my spine. It's just amazing.
My favourite moment was when we won the championship against Sheffield United and got promotion. Just the atmosphere and just the feeling that we had when we knew that the club was on its way back to where it should be, and it was a great time to be involved with the club.
I was 13 years old in the May. The following June I was just turning 14, and I came out down here to see Liverpool versus the Wolves, and whoever won that match would win the First Division. And would you believe it? Liverpool won 2-1, and that's Stubbins, the red-headed blinking centre forward. I can still remember him now. He scored that goal. Yeah, and they won 2-1, and they won that First Division.
In 2010, 2011, against Blackburn, when we stayed up, and everyone went a bit mental, and it was the last time we sat in the old North Bank, and I got to take my seat away with me.
The FA Cup game against Sheffield Wednesday, penalty shootout, 3-0 down, came back to win 4-3. The roof came off the Molineux that night.
Liverpool, we beat them on the way to the League Cup final. We beat them 1-0. John Richards scored. He scored down the North Bank end, and to beat the likes of Keegan and Toshak and all those players, that was probably one of the special moments. It was in a bit of a mud bath, not like what you see at Molineux these days.
My dad didn't do football, so as an 8-year-old kid, I got on the local bus and came to Wolverhampton. I followed the fans down, and the first stand I came to was the South Bank, and I got adopted by a gentleman in here who looked after me, because as a young 8-year-old, that's what it was like. I loved it, and I just love coming. I go home and away, luckily, and I want to just keep doing it for another 50 years if I can.
I think this has always been a fantastic stadium. You know, I can remember when we played Leeds here on a Monday night, and the capacity was 53,500. There must have been 65,000 in, 10,000 locked out. So this stadium's always been a fantastic stadium.
The best match I've ever seen, probably down here, was when Wolves played Honvid.
We was one of the instigators of this European football that's now played everywhere, and it was just fabulous.
Well, obviously I was very young then, and it was just a magic experience of the floodlights and the fog swirling round the floodlights. It was just unbelievable. It was like a fairy tale. And obviously you're hooked then once you've been and seen a match like that. You never change to another team.
I used to come to the match with my father years ago, and now I come with my son, and that's true of many people. It's a heritage business. It's a way that we communicate between the generations. It's very much part of my ID, my identity, and the kind of person I am.
You know, I came here with my dad many, many years ago. Now I'm lucky enough to be bringing my own son here.
My father came here in 1954. He used to tell us about it. So ever since the 70s I grew up, I've been coming here ever since.
There's no place like it really. Like, I come with my dad, so it's time with my dad, and the atmosphere is obviously the best in the country.
When you come to Molineux, they want to get behind the team, and that's special for me. So look, playing, being a local lad as well, you want to perform, you want to play for the fans, and you know what it means to win.
Well, you've only got to look at the stadium now, with 30-odd thousand people here, all shouting for Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think the fans make it a special moment, a special ground.
You get goosebumps like eggs come up on your arms. Well, I do. I would imagine there's thousands of others.
Winning or losing, we're always cheering, we're always supporting the lads, and it's like nowhere else I've ever been.
Amazing. Can't get any better than Molineux, in my opinion. The ground itself, the atmosphere, it's just brilliant. Honestly, I love it.
The fans are the heartbeat of any club, and at Wolves here, they've got the best fans in the league as far as I'm concerned. The atmosphere that it creates is fantastic, and to play in front of them is amazing, really. And you know, from 87 to 97, I was lucky enough to be a part of that.
I just think it's the match day atmosphere. I mean, I still look forward to it just as much as I did when I was a young lad, and compared with other clubs, this is a family club.
When you played as long as I played for the club, most importantly, the support I got off the supporters and the recognition for my efforts as a player, I'm honoured to be part of that history of the club.
What makes it so special is the supporters that you're with. They're basically all there for the team, just like you. Doesn't matter what creed, colour, wealth, background, it's the club, it's the old gold and black, it's Wolves AW.
You know, this is where you make your name, and you don't forget. And I was here for such a long time. You know, it is home to me.
Wonderful. I am going to play in this team, in this ground. And I loved it, completely loved it.
I married my wife, who is from Wolverhampton. And I had my daughter in Wolverhampton. So I love Wolverhampton.
This Molineux will always be a special place. We have got the best fans in the country. They've supported us through thick and thin, and now it's our time. It's a special time for us, and I hope they enjoy the occasion.
Now in my time in life, I'm 86 now, and I hope to live to 100 to see this one. And we'll be up there with the Manchester Cities and the Manchester United and the Chelseas. We'll be up there, I'm telling you. What a team!